We got thumbs up for our next presenter. I don't know how to explain this person in words because she defies so much of the traditional English language descriptions that we can have for her. She's brilliant. Let's start there. She's a whole lot of fun. She's just got a sense of humor that'll knock your socks off. And she has a different mindset, different way of thinking about life than I think most of us do. She sees things through, I wouldn't say rose-colored glasses, but I would say multicolored glasses. She just sees all the different facets of it. I mean, she's a Taylor Swift fan. She's been on Madison Avenue. She's been, she's been around the world, worked in France for 9 years. Ain't that cool? We can speak French. We haven't spoken French, you and I, much. No, we haven't tried that one. We speak Yiddish a lot in the studio, but we don't speak French a lot. So we have a lot of fun. Anyway, my next guest, good friend of mine who's been in the studio, we've done many different things together, is coming up next. And she's going to be doing something that I'm actually going to be part of. I'm going to participate in with her. I think this is going to be a blast. I'm really looking forward to it. So without further ado, let's bring up my friend and soon to be yours, Lisa Rothstein. Lisa, come on up.
Thanks, Robert.
We need the laugh track.
Yeah,
or the
I know.
pause track.
Hi.
Yours.
Oh, sorry about
You're
that.
lit.
Okay, great. So do I need? Oh, I don't. So you don't.
It's all you.
Okay, so actually, I don't need you right now, Robert. I'll call you up when you're. Oh, it's okay, but you can stand there if you want to. But I'm going to be talking for a while. You know, I can talk a lot. So hi everybody. Hi everybody on the live stream. My name is Lisa Rothstein, as Robert said. I was a Madison Avenue copywriter and creative director for many years. You may remember some stuff I did, including the "Wait till we get our hands on you" campaign in the early 1990s. I like to say I changed America's underwear. I've been responsible for millions of dollars in advertising revenue and stuff like that. And now I work with entrepreneurs on their copywriting and their marketing and their nailing their message for their business. And so normally I talk about copywriting and how to write your copy for your business and stuff like that. Today I want to do something a little bit different because the way you make real money with your copy it's not so much magic words and things like that everybody thinks that's what it is. People who come to me who say they have issues with their copy or they want me to write copy, their biggest issue is not a writing problem. It's not a word problem. It's that they don't really understand their business problem, and before they even understand their business, they don't really understand their ideal client. They don't know who they're talking to. Now, I know a lot of people talk about this, and no one likes to really do it because there's a million reasons why. I'm going to go into that in a second. But I have found that when it comes to copy that actually makes money, or it comes to making money in your business, the most important thing, the number one important thing, is to know who you're talking to, and not just to have identified them, but to know them like a real person. And so we're going to do a little exercise here today that I like to do with my clients, and Robert's going to help me, that is going to show you what I mean. Because you may think you know who this person is, but you probably don't. You probably don't really know them the way you really know a human being. So look, why is it so important to target an ideal client? I mean, can't you work with everybody? Sure, you can take anybody's money who comes to you, but you can't market to everybody and be successful. And here's why. First of all, this is a live stream all about making more money in 2016, right? And the fact is that specialists make more money than generalists. Your cardiologist or your brain surgeon makes a lot more money than a general practitioner, where you can come in with a hangnail or with a scraped knee or a dog bite. He's not going to make as much money as the neurosurgeon or even the podiatrist is going to make, because they deal with a specific problem. They talk to a specific person with a specific problem. So right away, you make much more money when you pick a target client than when you don't. Okay, so that's the number one. Number two, when you don't pick somebody, when you don't target somebody specific, it's really, really hard to find them. It's hard to get in front of them. I mean, the internet gives us so many fantastic opportunities right now to get in front of people for free on social media, and also a lot of times you pay for ads and things like that. If you don't have a very specific target audience, you're going to have a lot of trouble buying Facebook ads or making your Facebook ads effective, because they're going to ask you a ton of questions. What are their interests? What do they care about? What do they like? And if you don't know those things, how are you even going to place an ad? So the more you know and the more specific you can get, the easier it is to get in front of the right people. Okay, I hope that makes sense. And here's where we get a little bit more in depth. When you know who you're talking to, you can be sort of on the same side of the table with them. You can have things like what I like to call inside jokes. You could talk to them about things that somebody else might not understand, but because they do and they know you do, you're kind of in like a secret club, like a secret handshake. That kind of intimacy and rapport really skyrockets the know, like, and trust factor that everybody always talks about being, being so important in people doing business with you. I always like to think of know, like, and trust actually the opposite way. People do business with people that they know, like, and trust, but I also believe that, and I don't think I've ever heard anybody else say this, people do business with people who know, like, and trust them. They want to feel known. They want to feel liked. They want to feel that you have confidence in them, that they can solve their problem with your help. And the more you know about this person, the more you're going to be able to relate to them in that way. And you can't really do that with just this vague idea of, well, people, women, it doesn't work that way. And the last reason is it really just makes writing your copy really easy. See, again, people come to me and they say, I don't know what to write. I don't know what to put in my content. I don't know what to put in my sales copy. What do I do a video about? I'm supposed to put all this content everywhere and I don't have any ideas. Well, you don't have any ideas partly because you don't know who this person is. Say I'm a comedian and I'm getting on a stage in some comedy club where I have no idea who's coming. Some people are old, some people are young. I don't know what their political views are. I don't know what their background is. I'm going to have to tell just kind of very bland, sort of, hopefully, any human would laugh at these jokes. And they're not going to be all that great. But if I know I'm getting up in front of an audience of, like politicians or even better, like Republicans. I'll be able to tell jokes to a Republican audience that they'll laugh like heck about, but if I went in front of like independents or libertarians or Democrats or something like that, they would think, number one, it's not funny. They might even get mad. So you really need to know who you're in front of so that you can, deliver something that really, emotionally connects, right? So think of it that way. Now, why is it so hard? Why is it so hard to choose an ideal client, to identify them, and then to actually commit to doing this? This is the biggest hurdle and resistance that I find in most of the people that I work with who have their own business. And there's a few reasons why. First of all, is kind of an altruistic one. We don't want to leave anybody out, right? I mean, we want everybody that, we want to be able to help everybody, especially women, I find, really want to feel like, there might be someone who doesn't fit in my target market. And what if, I don't want them to think that they can't come to me for help. So that's kind of a misconception because no one's saying you can't work with those people. We're just saying don't market to everybody, market to one person, right? And so, the other reason why it's so hard is we're afraid to make the wrong choice. We have these few choices and it's like, oh my God, what if I pick the wrong person? Big deal. I've seen some folks, choose a market, and once you get out there, you may find out that the person you thought was your ideal client isn't actually. You're going to be attracting different kinds of people, and you may discover, actually, I like working with these folks better, or these people seem to respond better to what I do. Until you get out there, you're not really actually going to know for sure. It helps to identify and pick somebody first. But, you need to get out there with some kind of a very specific message to see how it resonates. I mean, before I even went in the advertising business, there was an expression that people used, I think back in like the 40s or 50s. Let's run it up the flagpole and see who salutes. So sometimes you just have to get your ideas out there to see if it resonates with the people you think you want to be talking to, and you may attract a whole other tribe. So it makes it's very, very hard to think about excluding anybody. But remember, you're not excluding them from helping them. You're just excluding from actually targeting them with your conversation. Okay. So number 3 is, and this speaks very, as Robert's introduction of me might have tipped you off. A lot of us are multi-talented and multi-passionate. I mean, I do a million things. I write, I draw. This is why this is why Robert had so much trouble introducing me, right? So we have so many different people that we could help, and we're afraid to limit ourselves because we're afraid we're going to get bored, or we don't want to leave any of our talents on the table or any of our skills on the table, and so we resist picking. The other reason that it's so important, that I should have mentioned before, that to choose somebody, is it's exhausting to try to market to all of these different people at once. It's really, really hard. It can be really, really expensive, and it's basically like trying to drive 5 trains at the same time. You drive one a few feet, and you get out and you get into another train, and you drive that one, and you get into another train, and you drive that one, and you don't really get very far. You kind of need to pick a train, take it as far as you want it to go. If you don't like the direction you're going, you can get off that one and choose a different one, but you have to choose. And it's been difficult for me. I still have 2 audiences. I still work with entrepreneurs, and most of them coaches and consultants, and I still have a business, a different kind of business where I work with corporate and agencies and people like that. But I don't really market to those people. Those people come to me through referrals, through my old advertising network. People find me on LinkedIn and stuff like that. I don't go out into the marketplace saying, I do this and this, because it would confuse people, right? But I don't turn that business away. I love doing that business. So I hope that makes sense. So here's how people, supposing you've bought into this. Okay, Lisa, I agree with you. I get the point. I have to pick an ideal client so I can write really compelling, emotional copy that's going to land and make people take action. Okay, I get it. But see, here's how people do it wrong, and it doesn't really work for them that well. One way that people do it wrong is that they make it too broad. Okay, I'm picking a target market. I have people come to me and say, I have this target market. It's women. Okay, women between the ages of 21 and 55. That's not an ideal client. Okay, can you see how many different kinds of possible people there could be in that range? It's like too many. I mean, there's so many different stages of life and so many different things that could be happening. I know that I'm not the same person I was when I was 21. Okay, so it's really, really super important that you narrow. Not just the age range. That's just one example. Oh, okay. I'm looking at the wrong camera. Sorry, you guys. I've been looking at the wrong camera this entire time. So sorry. I wish someone had told me. But hello, everyone. There's like a bunch of cameras here. It's very super technical and stuff like that. So now I'm going to look right at you. How about that? So now where was I? I can't remember where I was now that that happened. Let's see. I was on a roll, and now I don't remember where I was. Oh yes, the mistake that people make is that they make things too broad. So you need to narrow it down. Now you could have a broad audience of people with that age, but they have to have a very specific problem. So if they need to lose like 25 pounds, and you wanted to talk to people between those ages who need to lose that kind of weight, so you'll see ads for companies like Jenny Craig, for example, and you'll see. They'll show different sizes, ages of people because they've spent a lot of money. They're on network television, appealing to a broad audience, and they want you to see yourself in their advertising. But those people are all at least coming for help with one specific issue, and that's weight loss. So, if they said, well, we help people, men and women, between the ages of 21 and 45 with weight loss and stress reduction and their business and a bunch of other stuff, obviously you wouldn't know what to think, right? So I'm exaggerating to make a point, but most people come with a target market that's way too broad. Number one. Number two is people will come and just want to talk about demographics only. They'll say, well, I've got a really specific target market. It's men between the ages of 35 and 45, who live, who have with a certain educational level. They've been to college. They work at a job. They own a car. They have 2 children. A lot of this is all very important information. But if you stop with demographics, which is basically like what you would call like statistics. You know, the kind of thing that you would fill out on a survey. You know, how much college, how old are you? The kind of thing that they ask you when you fill out a survey online to try to figure out like what slot to put you in their business. They should ask you other questions too that talk more to psychographics. So the last way people do it a little bit wrong is that they don't go far enough, because psychographics are important too. Now, what is that? Psychographics have to do with values, have to do with emotions and things like that. So, I mean, you're getting a lot closer when you're talking about, you know, men between the ages of 35 and 45 who are experiencing something of a midlife crisis and, you know, are newly divorced or something like that. That, you know, right away you see where you're getting closer. You're getting closer to being able to talk to them. Now you could probably write a lot of copy about issues around, you know, getting back into the dating scene and things like that. You know, how to feel attractive, you know, when you're over 45 to, you know, to the opposite sex, or to younger women or to younger men. So, I mean, those right away you begin to see how it's easier to come up with content when you know more about who these people are. But too many people, I find, stop there. They have a list of traits that they can write on a piece of paper, but there's no it's all up here and there's nothing here. So I feel that, you know, I tried to come up with a way of bypassing this. A lot of people will say, well, think of your favorite client and when you're writing your copy, and just think of that person. But that kind of becomes almost too specific. You know that person, and then you get a little bit caught up in your underwear trying to like divorce your ideas from that one human being that you actually know. They're a little bit too much. There's too many things going on there. Other people will say, oh, well, tear a picture of somebody out of a magazine and make them your avatar and think about them when you're doing your copy and your marketing. I don't really like that either, because I know that person is not the person that I am that I'm talking to. So hey, I'm waving at Robert because I'm going to need him for my guinea pig thing pretty soon, and he doesn't seem to see me. So here's what I started to do when I was working with my clients about this. Because I love to draw, maybe Robert would like to tell you, I like to draw a picture of this person, asking, you know, a certain number of questions. I have a bunch of questions that help me identify who this person is, and then together we create a picture of. Oh, good, there he is. A picture of who this person is, and I think you're going to see, you know, what's going to happen. So, Robert, would you mind joining me up on the stage? I'm glad you came in when you did, because I was going to throw something at the window to make you come in here.
No, we were in the control room and we were watching. We
knew
exactly where you were.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, so Robert, we're going to do a little exercise here. Okay,
not that kind of exercise.
Oh, not that kind of exercise.
Sorry.
Remember, look at that camera, not that camera.
Okay, camera two. Okay, got it.
Hi. Okay, I'm sorry, you guys, that you thought I was like looking at someone else here. Anyway, so we're going to talk about your ideal client. So let me just ask you, just briefly. So who do you think you work with? Like what kind of, you know, when you're doing your marketing, who do you think is the person you're talking to?
I am primarily business owners, small business owners,
right,
under $1 million a year.
Okay, so small business owners under $1 million a year. I mean, that's specific in terms of demographics, right? So the kind of thing that I'd like to know about is I mean, obviously, you're going to be talking to more kinds of people, right, than the person that we're going to draw here, because we're only going to draw one person, okay? We're going to draw one person.
Oh, we can't have you all here all day to draw all day for us? Come
on.
No,
well, no, it's not that I don't want to do the work, because I love to draw. I could draw all day. It's not that I don't want to draw more than one cartoon. It's just I want to get you to a place where you can, even if you have more than one, we have one that we can really, really talk to. And at the end of this, I'm going to show you how you can get me to do this for you, with you, and how you can actually get a free way to do it yourself, because I have a little handy dandy freebie that I created. I'll take you through this in a little while. That you're going to absolutely love. But anyway, in the meantime, let's just try this. Now, I've never done this live before on camera. I've done it live because I do it with my clients all the time. But I've never done it in front of a boatload of people.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
so this is, but the pressure is on. Okay, so
The stage is yours, my dear.
stage is mine. Okay, let's see if I can get some of these in here somewhere where I can actually reach them. Most of the one I'm going to want is the black one and the brown one. Okay, so Robert, I'm turning my back to the camera very bad. So tell me, is the person that you work with mostly, are they mostly men or mostly women?
For me, it's mostly women.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's a woman. So,
It's a woman.
and what did you say the age was? You didn't, did you?
Didn't say the age. Yeah.
So what would you say is the
I'm not an ageist.
I know, but like if you had to pick one person, and it's a woman. She's about
40 and older.
40 and up. Okay, so and so I'm just gonna start. So here we have a woman. She's
Now notice she's not drawing me.
she's 40 and up, so she's not like oh look, she has hair a lot like mine. Look at that. How interesting. But anyway, she's 40 and up now. Is she does she live let me see what I have here. Is she married?
Married.
She's married. Okay, so she's married to a man.
Yes.
Okay, because these days
We don't know.
you can't be sure, but she's married to a man. So she's heterosexual.
Correct.
Okay, well this is important to know. All right, so here's her husband back here. Does her husband work in a job or does he have his own business too? Would you say most of the time?
Could be either one.
I know, but if you had to pick, what would you say?
I would say primarily they are self-employed as well.
Okay, so he's self-employed too. So I'm not going to give him a tie. He's going to be working from home, and has his own business.
Give him a wife beater T-shirt. And we're all set.
No, wife beater T-shirt. I hate that expression. I hate that. No, I'm going to give him a little golf shirt because he can play
With a
golf.
little logo on it.
Yeah, there you go. All right. So anyway, so she's 40 something. So she's 40 plus. And so, I'm going to be making me a little happier. He's a little bit, how supportive is he of her being in her own business?
Very.
Oh, okay. So he's got his arm around her. He's really supporting her. Okay. So, all right. So what else? So we know she's 40 something. We know she's married. Do they have children?
Mostly out of the house.
Okay. So their children are kind of older.
Yeah. College and above.
College and above. Okay, so I'm going to put some kids in college over here somewhere. So they're over here in, in college. Their kids are over here. Hello, kids. All right, so
They're in class right now.
they're in
You
class
can't see
right now.
them.
You can't really see them. But anyway, and so do they live in a suburb or do they live?
Primarily suburb.
Okay, so they live in a house. Do they own their house?
They own a house, yep.
They own their house. Okay, so
This is good. I'm liking this.
Okay, so they own
Give me
their
a nice picture here.
They own their house. So this is their house. Have they lived there a while, or is it the house?
Normally.
Yeah. So this is the house that their kids grew up in. Okay, so the kids went from this house to college. Yay! There they go. So all right. We're already kind of learning more about who this person really is. What's her style? Is she kind of more of a conservative type of person, or is she more kind of creative, or is she more like how would she dress? Would you think? Like, where does she shop?
I have both actually in my world. I have the very conservative,
Right.
and I have the very eccentric.
Okay.
So two opposite ends of the same stick.
I think I know which you are. I think you're more fun and more eccentric. But anyway, that's just my impression.
Definitely.
But like, so what if we had? Let's talk about this one person. Where does she fall on this scale? This one person.
She would be more conservative.
Okay, so I'm going to give her.
Not politically.
No, just more conservative in dressing. That's the next thing I was going to ask because I'm going to get to some more.
We're going to talk politics today.
Well, maybe a
Hey.
little bit, not so much politics, but more like.
Now that I've got the microphone.
Yeah, more. So I gave her some pearls. I gave her some cute little pumps, and all that kind of stuff, and
Look at you go.
and a
Wow.
handbag from someplace classy. Okay, actually, I was getting to that next. So I'm not necessarily going to draw this, but is she religious, or does she follow any kind of a religious practice?
Mostly, yes.
Yeah, like so. Which what?
Judeo-Christian.
Okay, so mostly kind of Western, whatever. And they do that. Do they go? Do they go to whatever church or temple or whatever it is that they go to?
They could be like Italian Catholics.
Oh, okay.
Christmas, Easter, weddings, funerals. You know?
All right, so nothing. So
Yeah.
it's not, but it's not like like Bible study every
No.
week or something like
No.
that. Okay,
Not that much.
just. I'm not. 'Cause I would, if that was important, I would put it up here. It's not like a huge important thing. Her values and stuff. I mean, how much does she? What are the kinds of things that are important to her? What are the kinds of things that matter to her in terms of like, if you had to ask her what her values were, things like, I mean, I'll give you some. What does she love and care about? And what does she value?
Often family.
Yeah.
Often family. Often helping others.
Right.
So very heart-centered.
I'm going to change this to a different color. So, whoops. I got it. Okay. So she cares about family. She cares about helping, contributing.
Making a difference.
Yeah.
That kind of mindset where it's not all about me. It's about how can we help other people?
Yeah, you're making a difference. And so, in what way does she care about making a difference? Like, does she give money, or does she want to do it in her business?
Charitable. And
Right.
also giving time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Giving-
Right. So money and time. Okay, so that's important. And does she care about what other things does she care about? What other things does she love? What other things does she love?
Personal development is always big.
Right.
'Cause that would be.
Okay. Personal development. So
So she wants to make herself better so that she could be more of a help to other people.
okay, so in that respect, what book would she? What book? Thank you. This time I'll let you pick it up. What book? So I'm not letting you be a gentleman. I should let people be a gentleman more. What book is she reading right now?
There would be books like Think and Grow Rich.
Okay.
It would be Awaken the Giant Within. It would be, those kind of.
Okay, so there she's got Think and Grow Rich in her hand, and Tony Robbins.
Maybe some Joel Osteen.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Right. So maybe I'll do it.
Joel
Osteen. Okay. What Joel Osteen? I'll put him on. There we go.
Put him on a pedestal.
Big smile
There we go.
and curly hair.
No, that's the Donald Trump book.
No. It's funny. I got one of those from my husband as a gag gift for Christmas, but that's another story.
Good for you.
So these are the kinds of things that she reads. Okay, that's cool. And what are her pursuits outside of work? I know.
Go behind you.
Okay, I'll get it later. I'll get it later. What are her pursuits outside of work?
Let's see. There's
What would be some of her hobbies?
some community service.
Okay,
for the
community
giving
service
back.
like what?
Sometimes leading groups, like groups of battered women, groups of
Right.
women in alcoholic households, that kind of thing.
Right. So you might find her. Would she be leading them like basically facilitating?
Facilitating, yes.
Okay, so you would find her.
Front of the room, microphone in
Yeah,
hand.
right, exactly. So there she is doing that. And here are the other people watching and listening and learning, and she's doing her thing.
You notice, guys, she's doing this left-handed.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I'm very impressed.
Right, left-handed. So so here's her group. Okay, so what else does she do in her spare time?
Spends time with the kids when they're in town.
Okay, so
Family time is very important.
okay, so we're gonna actually show some children here at some point. We're gonna show some kids. How many do they have?
2.
They have 2 kids. Okay, so we're gonna have some family time with a boy and a girl, right? Here he is.
That's college hair.
Yeah, that's definitely college hair. Here he is with
You
his.
can't see it. You're in front of it, but we'll see
sorry.
in a minute. Yeah.
Here he's coming with his laundry, home from college. And there she is, and they get along okay with their kids, right? Are there issues with their children?
Just the normal stuff.
Just the normal stuff. Okay, so
Nothing major.
hi mom. Okay, so
Middle finger up. What are you doing?
no. Hi, Mom.
There we go. That's better.
Hi, Mom. Okay.
So much better.
Awesome. So while we're doing this, I'll just put a little bit of like, you know, actual human being color on these people. I'm making them white. This is not a. I assume though that I'm.
This is Facebook Orange.
This is Facebook Orange.
Yeah.
So, what does she do for fun?
Oh, normally into extreme sports.
Extreme sports?
Yeah.
Like what?
Like kayaking, rapids, and
Wow.
mountain climbing, and that kind of stuff.
Wow. So
Which is just
so that's
adding the fun element to.
right. Okay. So so here she is in a kayak, you know, with her paddle. That's pretty cool. Oh, actually, I put that in a place I didn't want to put it. Oh well, that's usually a place I reserve for something else. I'm going to make sure I don't take that place anymore. But I mean, extreme sports, incredible. So going up a mountain.
The need for adventure is always big.
Okay, so adventure is a big value then.
These are the type that will vacation to Tibet, or they'll go to China, or they'll do something.
Right,
You know,
right.
Everyone else goes to Florida.
Right. Okay, so they're going. Actually, they're going to a pagoda in the top of a mountain. Or, there they go. Okay, so that's pretty cool. All right, so this is the part that I really love the most. What's her problem? What does she come to you for?
Self-esteem.
Self-esteem, really? With all of this going on, she has self-esteem issues. So what is she thinking? What sort of thing does she think to herself about?
She's not enough. She's not good enough.
Yeah, I'm not enough.
Yeah.
Not enough. Does she feel like a fraud?
Overwhelmed, stressed, often fearful.
Okay. What is she overwhelmed about?
All of it. It's too much. Too many balls rolling.
Okay. What is she afraid might happen?
All the plates will fall. Got a plate spinning on the road. Remember that in the old days?
Yeah.
So spin all
And
plates. And then they all start falling one after another, right? Yeah.
All the plates fall. Okay. So what exactly is she overwhelmed about? I mean,
it's the treadmill, and you wonder how long you can stay on the treadmill balancing all of that, and that's where the number one spike is to say, I need help. Right, that's when they start to come out and they start to say, I'm afraid this is all going to come to an end, crashing down at some point. What do I do next?
Yeah. So are they successful right now, or are they beginning to fail right now?
Yeah, normally they're right at that precipice where everything's okay, but they have fear about, or the plates have begun to crash.
Right.
And that's when they're really reaching out for help.
Right. So she's a little bit concerned about these things.
Right.
So what is she actually saying out loud to other people about everything?
Only to her girlfriends and very quietly.
Yeah,
Doesn't
exactly.
talk about it. You're not often very hidden.
Right.
And I end up being the outlet that they can actually speak to.
Yeah, I can't talk about it.
Can't talk about it. Or won't talk about it.
Well, because she doesn't want anyone to know, because she wants to look successful. So what is she saying to other people about like if she were out with her not her girlfriend, she was out with somebody else?
Everything's fine.
Yeah.
All the world is perfect. Nothing's wrong. It's all fun.
Everything's fine. She's saying everything's fine. This is what she's telling her parents, right? This is what she's telling. What else?
It's the facade, right? That we want people to look at us a certain way. So all the energy goes into what that facade's going to be, and I don't want you to know what's really going on.
Right, exactly.
And
so that's one of the things she's saying. Everything's fine. And what else might she say to somebody? Like, oh, how's business? How's business?
The word awesome is what you'll hear again and again and again.
Awesome.
Yep.
Okay. And then...
always with big plans.
Okay. I've got big plans.
Big, bright, starry future. Yeah, it's like, oh, it's going to be better in the future.
Right. Okay. So big, bright plans, which are, I had my yellow here somewhere, but it's gone. Oh, well. Big plans. No, I didn't. It must be still in my purse. Big plans. Okay. So, I'm just going to see what else I'm missing here. We still have 10 minutes. That's good. How are her finances right now?
Good.
Are she worried about money?
She's worried about it, but they're good.
Okay.
She's solid. She's stable. Bills are being paid.
Mm-hmm. I'm paying the bills. But what if I can't?
Mm-hmm.
I forgot to ask you, more importantly, what she does. What does she actually do, this person, most of the time? You say she's in her own business, but like, what is it?
Oftentimes it's coaching. Oftentimes it's consulting. It is things, I would say virtual assistant, but that's not necessarily what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It goes beyond that. It's sort of an outsourced.
Right, so she basically helps other people do their things.
Right.
So she's basically, I help.
I help, yes.
I help. I help, now I need help.
A great website, ihelp.com.
I think somebody probably already has it.
And somebody in the audience is grabbing it right now if they did not already take
Right,
it.
exactly. I think it's probably ihelp.com.
I love it.
So let's see. Do they do a lot of travel or not? Okay, so I'm going to give her.
Right here.
Yeah, I know.
Tapacuda.
I know. I'm going to give her a suitcase, a little rolling suitcase, with all kinds of stickers on it and stuff. So, what's her name? Just give her a name.
Kelly.
Kelly. So this is Kelly. Kelly helps.
Kelly helps.
I help.
I help make it happen. Yep.
Okay, so obviously when I do this with my clients, we go on for a lot longer than this, but this is, and then later on I fill it in, I give people, put more color and stuff like that. But can you see how when I asked you who you're talking to and you said business owners making
Under $1 million a year.
under $1 million a year, that's business owners making under $1 million a year. I don't know how I write to those people, but I know how I might write to her. I can write to her.
Very good. Very big difference. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Very
now if
clear.
I were going to create, so when I say write to her, I'm not just talking about like writing a letter. I'm talking about like, what if I was going to do an opt-in page? What if I was going to do a Facebook post? What if I was going to do a video? Are you feeling overwhelmed with all the plates that you have spinning? Do you feel like are you acting like everything's awesome to everybody else, but inside you're worried you can't hold it all together? What if it all comes crashing down? What would you tell everyone? Right? I mean, those kinds of things you can say to people.
Your sales letter writes itself.
Well, exactly. That's why I'm saying a lot of people come to me, I don't want to write your copy. I want you to write your copy, or at least start to write your copy. But if you don't do this kind of work, however you do it, I'm going to have to figure this out for you, and I don't really want to do that. It's really up to you. That's why I ask these questions to draw out. I mean, I can ask a lot more questions. See, there's a lot of space still left. When I usually do this, there's not a single space that's left. Also, I can turn my back and I can actually do things instead of trying to draw like this, which is really kind of hard. But you can see how Kelly.
We're doing it because we love the audience.
Yeah. Kelly is a real person. So I can write emails to Kelly. I can write. It's easier for me.
You can get a clear focus on who she is.
Right.
What she struggles with.
Exactly. Now you already knew this. It just wasn't present for you.
It wasn't extracted. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. So a lot of you out there are saying that your target market is business owners under $1 million, and that's why you're having trouble writing your copy. Okay.
Brilliant.
So
Absolutely
I'm
brilliant.
gonna start to wrap this up, and so I just wanted to so. If you want something like this, if you want to work with me doing something like this, it takes a longer time, like 90 minutes, and we ask a lot more questions. I have a special offer for people on this live stream. Believe it or not, there's an offer. I have already forgotten what the special URL is that you made for me, Robert.
I didn't make one for you.
Yes, you did.
Did I?
Yes.
Oh.
It has my name on it. Remember?
ultimatewealth.com/Lisa.
Okay, if you go to ultimatewealth.com/Lisa, you will go to a page that has a few different packages on it, one of which is my ideal client cartoon profile thing. And if you add the code HOLIDAY at checkout, you will save half off. Holiday, because and it's good until end of day, it's good until New Year's Eve. It's good until the ball drops in Times Square So you can
That's
save.
so fair. That's only 9 p.m. for us.
You can save half. So normally it's a $997 investment. It comes with a 90-minute consultation with me. You get the original of the cartoon.
That's worth it in itself.
You get a
if you could do
poster.
this
Yeah,
for a client,
well, that's the thing. And then, but you get it for half off until New Year's Eve. So with the code HOLIDAY, so with all caps. Okay.
Holiday in all caps. Okay.
If there's a bunch of other stuff on that page too, you feel free to ultimatewealth.com/Lisa, me. And if anybody has issues with that link, let me know, and we'll just send them to the direct thing and whatever. On that page, you will also find a link to get for free if you'd like to try to do this yourself. I know a lot of people don't draw, but it doesn't have to be beautiful; it just has to mean something to you. So what I've created is this is sort of a do-it-yourself little kit that you can download on that same page, ultimatewealth.com/Lisa. And what you'll find inside, this is really kind of fun, is there's instructions, but then you'll also find, basically, it's like, have you ever played with paper dolls when you were a kid? If you're a guy, maybe not. But there's what you basically have is this little person, I don't know if you can see this little person that could be a man or a woman, right? And on the other pages, you have hair, you have clothes, and all kinds of different things to style them differently and whatever. What you do is you take the first page and you put it you put these other pages under it, put it over a light source like a window. I use a light box if I ever wanted to do this, but if you have a window or you have a computer monitor, when you put this over these things, those things will kind of show through, and then you can trace onto this picture the hair, the clothes.
You can cut it out too.
You can cut it out,
Yeah.
but it's for me. I think it's a lot easier. Just move them around until you find the hairstyle you like, and these all fit. All of these are designed to fit onto this character. So this way you'll be able to ask yourself these things. Like, what kind of a style do they have? There's a page that has. Do they have a pet? Do these people have a pet?
Yeah.
Oh, they have a dog. What kind of a dog?
I don't know. They have a dog.
They have a dog. Oh my God! I want to give them a dog because I love dogs. So I'm going to give them a dog, and there's their dog. See? Their dog loves them.
So I could never do this because I can't draw. And now you just solved that problem.
Yeah, I just solved the problem. There's actually dogs and cats in here too.
Wow.
Right here. So if you go to ultimatewealth.com/Lisa, you can download this for free, and I'd love to help you do it for you. But if you want to just try it out yourself,
I think everyone should grab that.
Definitely grab that.
Yeah.
I'm really proud of this, and I think you'll really, really enjoy it.
And the offer code is HOLIDAY, all in caps.
HOLIDAY, all in caps.
And get a 50% discount on your normal $9.97.
On my normal $9.97 on this, and there are 2 or 3 other things on offer on that page as well. If you'd rather have me look at your current copy, I'm not sure what the price is on the page, but whatever it is, it's half off if with the code HOLIDAY. There's something called a copy and funnel makeover. There is a VIP day where we can spend the whole day together. One of the things we do is this, but then the rest of it, is customized to you, what you need my help with. And then there's one more thing. Oh yes, there's something else that I call short order success, which is basically we work together for a month with a kickoff session that's about 2 hours long, and then weekly check-ins where you send me your stuff in between. It's basically like a collaboration, a short-term collaboration to get one big goal done. But the thing I really wanted to draw your attention to is the ideal client profile, because to me, this is the most important work that I do with people, because it sets up everything else that we do together. It sets up everything else that you're ever going to write in your business, and you can come to me or you can come to somebody else as a writer after that and say, okay, this is the person we're talking to. Totally changes my job and your job creating your marketing. So awesome. I hope this has been helpful to you.
Absolutely. I'm going to take, can I keep this?
Are you kidding? Of course, of course.
My holiday gift.
Of course. If you were one of my regular clients, I would put this in a tube and mail it to you. But since you're already here, you saved me a stamp, which is great. So I want to thank you for giving me this platform, giving me a chance. It's my first time doing it live, so I feel like I've lost my live virginity on doing this.
That's right.
I hope everybody enjoyed watching this. And so if you'd like to have me do this for you and with you, please go to ultimatewealth.com/Lisa and enter code HOLIDAY, all caps, for half off.
And I had a whole lot of fun. This was eye-opening. Really, because it's like for many years, you have to name your ideal client, and I never really bothered to do it because I never knew the questions to ask. But you did a job that I think that was absolutely brilliant.
Well, I want to make it fun, because for most people, it's really like pulling teeth. Mm-hmm. It's not fun. So this is more fun. Everyone's always delighted when we do this together, and they feel really excited about going to do their marketing instead of like, oh my God, I have to do this thing and I have to make this choice, this difficult, hard choice.
So that's the real problem when writing copy. We've got actually a couple of minutes before our next presenter. So I just wanted to ask some questions. I don't know if there's anything in the chat room that anyone brought up, but if you have questions, just put them in the chat room. We've actually replaced the chat room on the fly here because the other one was giving us some challenges. But if you see any questions in there, let us know. But what I want to know is since people complain about writing copy so much, it's difficult. And the difficulty with people writing copy is this. This
blank page, right, the blank page.
You look at this and you go, I don't even know where to begin. I don't know who I'm writing to. But then you come along and you say, well, forget about the blank page. Now we've got all these pain points. We know exactly where the challenges are. We would have done a lot more if we had more time in terms of the pain points. But this is enough to get you started.
Absolutely.
Just at this level.
Absolutely. This helps a lot with the blank page. So turn this over again because I want to do one more thing. You said you had more paper, right? So since we have a couple of minutes, you said we have a couple of minutes, right?
Okay,
so I'm going to give you a little bonus thing here. This is the thing I would have done had I done my normal thing. 5 things you need to remember to write good sales copy. Okay, first you need to have your ideal client. But once you have your ideal client, you only need to remember 5 things. I learned the first 4 my first week on the job in Madison Avenue because my boss helped me out of a jam when I was faced with,
I love this. I'm
with the blank page. Okay, go ahead. When I was faced with the blank page and I didn't know what to write, he said, Lisa, all advertising is 4 phrases. Okay, I'm going to give you the first 4. I'm going to give you the 5th one. Okay. Oh dear. Okay, so I'm actually going to make an upset person here. Oh no. Oh dear! They've got the Home Alone expression on. Oh dear! Oh dear is what's the problem? Oh dear! I've got I haven't had a date in months or years, and I don't think I'm ever going to meet anybody. I'm going to die alone, and all those kinds of things. That's really where you want to be starting with any of your copy. You need to be going deep into that. One of the things I love to do to help you go deep on this is just like we did with the ideal client, we're going to do a little exercise where you go to the therapist. You're your ideal client on the therapist's couch, and I ask you, I'm the therapist, and I ask you, what's the problem? And you tell me, I want to meet somebody. I haven't had a date in a long time. Okay, so why is that a problem? And then just talk and just answer that question and just keep answering the question and rant and rave and complain and bitch and moan, and you will have some awesome copy. I'll just give you an example. Oh, I haven't had a date in such a long time. I'm so afraid to get out there. All my friends are married. I'm not getting invited anywhere. It's horrible to go places as a single person. I can't travel. I hate eating alone in restaurants. I hate going to Thanksgiving and Christmas and having my family ask me when I'm ever going to settle down and whatever happened to that guy I was dating last year. And I feel like a failure. Nobody wants me, and I'm getting older, and my biological clock is ticking. I'm married, so this is not my problem. Okay, this is not coming. I'm talking to the wrong camera again. I'm not talking about myself, but I'm making this person up, but because I'm pretending to be them going to the therapist, I can imagine what the problems might be. Now you can start to write your sales copy and say, have you been single a really long time and wondering if it's too late for you? Do you hate having to go places on your own and like traveling and restaurants? Do you dread family gatherings because they know they're going to ask you those difficult questions that make you feel like you're this big? I mean, those kinds of things are real emotional stuff that's what's going to be, if they start to nod, yes, that's me, oh my God, they understand me, you're 90% of the way there. Okay, so oh dear is number 1. Number 2 is good news. I may not draw this one because good news is the opposite of this. It's like, wow, yay! I've got the answer to your problem. Is this your problem? Guess what? My fantastic relationship coaching, love yourself first program will solve all of this for you. Okay, and the problem is I want to believe it, but I don't. So number 3 is here's why. Here's why is basically like making a case. Oh dear, you have this problem. Good news, we have the solution. Here's why it works. We have this fantastic process. Or here's why it's worked for all these other people. Here's why you can trust me and believe me because I have solved this problem for 8 million other people. Here's why you can trust that you're going to be happy with the program. I'm going to give you a money-back guarantee. Here's why you can expect to get results because we're going to go through this process and that process, and you're going to get this module and that worksheet, and and I'm gonna go with you to a singles bar and help you pick up. I don't know. I'm just making this up. All the stuff that a lot of people start with, it's a big mistake to start with the here's why part. Oh, I'm going to give you 8 million modules and 8,000 hours of training and blah, 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 blah. It's like, well, I don't even know if I want that because I don't know if you understand what my problem is. So just start with the problem. Oh dear, good news, here's why. And then the fourth one is that's right. That's right. You get all this. You're gonna solve this problem that's been bothering you for years. You're going to get all the things that I've just listed that are total value of $8 million, and all you're gonna have to pay is $10.50. I'm joking, but you see what I'm saying. This basically sums it up. Like, here's all you're getting and all you're solving and how much better your life is gonna be. But I always add a fifth one because we're doing more in direct marketing. But wait, I think you all know the answer to this more. This is where you add bonuses and things like that, relevant bonuses. So you're going to get all this. It's good. It's this low price. The price is much less than the value you're going to receive. What's it worth to you to have this problem solved? And now I'm also going to give you this extra thing. This extra thing that's worth the entire price of this, all the rest of the stuff that combined. I'm going to give that to you for free if you order by such and such a time, if you order right now. You see it on infomercials all the time. So you already know how to do this. Every infomercial does this. Oh no, you have this problem. Good news, here's the solution. Here's all the reasons why it works. That's right, you get all this for the low price of that. But wait, if you order right now, we'll send you free shipping or we'll double your order. Obviously you don't want to be that cheesy, but if you follow this 5 steps in your copy, in like say a sales page or a sales video, if you roughly follow this, you will find that you're actually a better copywriter than you thought you were. And you see it everywhere. So next time you watch infomercials, notice this. You'll see it everywhere now. Now you're not going to be able to stop seeing it. Okay, so I hope this has been helpful. Great. I need someone to kind of transition me off the stage, so I never know how to end these things. But anyway, just to recap, if you want to download this handy dandy DIY draw your own ideal client kit, I like to call it, go to ultimatewealth.com/Lisa. You'll find a place to download that there. Just click the button and it'll send you to the download page. And then you'll also be able to order a chance to have me do your ideal client with you and for you. If you're just joining us, I just did this live for Robert, and so he has a much better idea of who his ideal client is. So if you want me to do this with you and for you, you can get half off any price that you see on the page, ultimatewealth.com/Lisa, with the code HOLIDAY, all caps. Okay? So I'm looking forward to working with you, and I'm going to welcome back Robert to the stage.